So the end credit scene is Wong coming in to the dinery place, pulling them out, them looking at the rings, and they got Banner, Captain Marvel, and all three of them are like, we don't know where this comes from. Interesting.
Oh, the rings, right.
The rings.
Right.
Also,
and
Banner is in human form, not in Smart Hulk form.
And also, come on along, Aquafina. You're invited too.
Hey,
what?
You're here. Yeah,
my
you're
wife
part of
was
this.
like, why is she going along with this? Like, it didn't make sense to her.
She
like,
was
"I don't
part of the
understand."
adventure. She's part of the team now. She's part of the team.
She learned how to shoot an arrow, and so now
That's
she's
right.
in.
Yeah.
That's it. You can be in Hawkeye.
5, 4. Welcome to the Is This Entertainment podcast, starring Jacob Aaron Miller and co-host Benjamin M. Owens. I broke Jacob, everybody.
You broke me. I can't even.
I broke him.
Not even.
I broke him. He can't even, you guys. Can't
Seriously, welcome. Welcome. Thank you for listening. I think we have one or two more possible listeners, and
Woo!
and
Welcome aboard.
I'd just like to say hi to you, and thank you for
giving
us a shot.
Noah's Ark style. We're gonna get this thing.
Yeah,
We're gonna get this thing.
Hey,
2 by 2.
Bible reference. Hey, we
You
haven't done
tell
a Bible
two friends. We haven't done a Bible reference in a while.
Man, what's new with you? What's Shang Chie? Shang Chi, is that a movie? We can skip that. We don't.
Shang
need to
Chie.
go.
It was
Yes,
a
he
movie.
was.
Did you like it? Did you enjoy it?
It was really entertaining. I just felt like I've seen this movie before somewhere.
Really?
Yeah. Bad guy is the father. He's got to tap into the energy within.
Right.
I just
Definitely.
defeat the dragon.
Right.
It just felt definitely like another movie, but it was well executed, I think.
Yeah.
It was fun. Yeah.
Let's go ahead and just say spoiler alert if you haven't watched Shang-Chi.
Or ever listened to any of our podcasts. Yeah.
Right. We're going to talk about it. Yeah, the spoiler-free recap is I liked it.
Yeah, it's a movie, and
I had
watch
a good time.
Yeah, you'll
Yeah,
walk out
why
of the
not?
movie.
Well,
You'll walk out of the
not?
movie feeling like you watched a movie, and you'll feel good. You know what I mean? Like that was nice to walk out of the movie theater.
I'll give it more.
Kind
I'll
of
give
like
it more than that.
like on a but you had a little. You got a little bit of that movie theater buzz. You didn't go to the theater and be like, "Oh, I can't believe
right.
I wasted my money on this movie."
Right.
You felt like you got your money's worth. Unless you got a large popcorn and a large drink, then maybe you're pushing it. But,
Right. I got an extra large cherry Coke. Here's the thing, Jacob. Movie theater popcorn is special. Movie theater popcorn is better than normal popcorn. I try to recreate it at home. It doesn't work. Because I don't have the, Flavorall, Flavacol, Flava, whatever that stuff is. That's that they liquefy. I don't have it, right?
Yeah.
I
don't know what it is. Yeah.
I
Lard
do
oil.
a
lard
combination
vegetable
of it's not good for you. So,
Right.
I've tried plain old butter, I add a bunch of stuff.
You
It's
have a
doctored
whole
up and make it
recipe
its
for
own special
awesome
thing.
corn. We have an entire episode
I have a whole recipe.
dedicated to this.
But movie theater popcorn and movie theater butter, I find just to be pretty perfect. So when I went to the first movie theater I've been to in 2 years,
Yeah, it's been a while.
I think Endgame was the last movie I saw in theaters. Wait, what happened? Did Endgame happen before? No, The Last Jedi. Last Jedi was after that.
Rise of
This one.
Skywalker. Yeah.
Rise of Skywalker. Yes,
Rise of the name change.
Rise of Skywalker.
Rise of Palpatine.
So Rise of Skywalker was the last movie so that was what, December of 19? So just under 2 years.
That's
Just
a
under
ways.
2 years I go to a movie theater for the first time, and the popcorn was freaking stale. The popcorn was stale.
It was from 2 years
and
ago.
I went to the 1:30. I went to the 1:30. So they've only been open for an hour. They've
It was
all
from
like the
yesterday.
first movie
Yeah.
started at like noon. That was last night's popcorn.
You should
And
have
I
went
was
back out and demanded fresh popcorn.
dude, come on. Baxter Avenue Theater. Get it together, man. You can't be unloading last night's popcorn on people.
That's messed up. I went to the
I mean,
the
it was
mall.
still good. It was still good. Really? You went to
Yeah.
the St. Matthew's Cinemark?
Yeah, it's really nice.
Wow.
Have you been in there before?
I'm sure.
They have
No.
giant, like,
I'm not
so-
trying to find parking at that mall.
No, it's easy. And even in a pandemic, like, the chairs are so far apart. They're huge, giant chairs. Mm-hmm. And the rows are very well spaced. Like, you almost have 6 feet anyway. Like, you really got plenty of space and plenty of room. It's really comfortable. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really, like a giant stair up. Like, you're, like, literally a chair higher than the other person. So, like, it was a great experience, actually. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm surprised.
Baxter's
I'm
Baxter's
surprised
my
there weren't
go-to.
more
It's just
people
so
in there.
close to my house.
Because
How many
after seeing
people
the
would you say?
results, 4, and we went at night on a, when did we go?
Is that including y'all?
Thursday or something? Huh? What? Or Sunday night, I think.
Was that including you two? 4 plus
Yes.
y'all?
Yeah. 2 plus the. Oh, I'm sorry. There was 3 and 5. Excuse me. So 5. Yeah. That's it.
Okay, so 3 people plus y'all. I think that's exactly what happened at Baxter. I think there was 2 people directly in front of us, and then there was a lady by herself, like 2 rows up. I got real worried because of 3 other people that were not myself and my wife. One dude during the previews was talking like full voice talking during the
no.
previews,
Yeah.
and I was like, "Oh man, if you do this during the movie, I will shush you. I will shush you so hard."
You have to shush the entire generation. They have their phone on
Yeah.
also. Yeah.
No. He was like I'd call him like a late Gen Xer, you know?
Okay. So he was
Something like
just,
that.
well, he knew it wasn't time. Yeah. He was just,
Yeah,
just
and
pushing your butt.
once the movie started,
Yeah.
he was good. And then as
Yeah.
soon as the credits rolled, it was like, "Oh, that was a lot better than I thought it was," you know, or whatever, like he was saying.
Right.
It's just like
out loud.
like
Yeah.
like just dude had no like control over volume. But luckily, like they skipped out before the end credit scene, so I was like, "Psh, whatever,
Wow.
bye."
Okay. Bye. Yeah. So overall, though, good experience in the theater.
Yeah,
Minus
yeah.
the popcorn
Overall,
and
yeah.
the loud talking at the beginning.
yeah, it
It
was.
could have went bad. It could have went really bad. Sounds like, but it only went kind of mediocre.
It wasn't like an A+ experience. It was definitely like just a solid B.
Yeah.
But that's okay because
I'm
I
saying,
haven't been
I'm
in a
telling
movie
you, man.
theater in 2 years.
Drive out to the St. Matthews. I'm shocked at how nice that theater is. It's really great.
I don't know, man.
It's not hard. They have side parking for that. It's fine. It's not hard to get into. I know it's a sketchy mall. You know?
No, it's the
Right,
mall that
yeah.
has all the traffic and stuff like
Yeah,
that. And
that's
like,
true,
Like
yeah.
I think my hierarchy is Baxter first, then Stony Brook is probably after that. I'll drive out to Stony Brook. I enjoy
That doesn't
Stony Brook.
exist anymore.
Yeah, it
There's no
does.
Stony Brook.
Does
It's
it?
gone.
What?
Yeah. There's Escape.
I'm googling it. Two guys googling stuff.
For
AMC
those of
Stony
you-
Brook 20.
For those of you who don't live in Louisville, this is incredibly boring, I'm sure. Does it exist? It closed a while ago. It closed before I left town.
Get tickets. So it exists.
Oh, it
No.
does exist?
Eh,
No.
Yeah.
No.
AMC Stony Brook 20.
Okay, well, it's a POS theater anyway. It's
No.
that's your second
no,
choice.
Look. It's
How come you
owned
don't
by
like any of the ones
AMC
with like the
now.
you don't
It's
like the
AMC.
reclining seats?
They all
and the...
they all have
they all
recliners
have
now.
them?
They all
Okay,
even
all right.
Baxter has recliners.
All right.
Yeah. So yeah, Stony Brook's probably number 2. That's
Okay.
Baxter, Stony Brook. Then it's probably Escape. It's pretty nice.
It's nice. They had it all before
think-
everybody else did. All the reclining seats.
After that, there's a big chasm, and then I'm probably going to either
Tinseltown.
Village 8. I'm either going to Tinseltown, Village 8, you know, get that $2 movie, which is probably $4
Is that
now.
still? That's closed
And
too. That's closed. That's the one that closed.
They've been talking about closing for a million years, but let's just Village 8 theaters, Showtime.
Okay, I guess that's still open too. Wow, everything's fine. Okay,
Cop
whatever.
Shop. What is Cop Shop?
I don't get out enough. I don't know. I'm scared to leave my
It's a
house.
movie starring Gerard.
Tinseltown is nice,
Interesting.
except for the bathrooms are kind of run down. I think that's the problem with Tinseltown. They just never.
Oh, really?
They just never really updated their restroom. Like if they got like some new sinks and like better paper towel things, like that would be good. And toilets that flush, you know, that would help. Mm-hmm. But like it's
You know
just
what?
the
No.
same bathroom.
I'm gonna say. So I got my 2, then I got a bit of a gap, then Escape. I'm gonna put Tinseltown right there with Escape. Because
I'm gonna have to
Tinseltown holds a. Yeah.
Tinseltown's nice. Like the actual theaters are nice. I just think that maybe I need to go to Stony Brook just to verify your story.
Stony Brook, don't get me wrong. I mean, it's fine. You know, they've upgraded the facilities a couple of times. Like, after it was Showcase, like, it got sold to, like, Regal. I think it operated independently for a minute. It was owned by Cinemark for a minute. And then eventually it got bought out by AMC, and then it spruced up, like, for real. So it had some bad transition years. But I
it
dig
was trashy for a
dig
minute.
it.
Yeah. Some fond memories.
Yeah.
Fond memories of that theater there. Yeah.
But I tell you what, that Preston one, which is now a Regal, that
Preston?
was so nice. Yeah, Preston. Remember the house that I lived in high school that you used to drive all the way out from St. Matthews to Okolona to? They built a movie theater right there, like a year or like 6 months before I moved to like another end of town. So opened, which was now 20 years ago.
Right.
It was fancy. It is no longer fancy.
Yeah, it's already.
No, sir.
It's over. It's how like things just get old. Like you build a new house and 20 years later it starts falling apart. You know, it's like,
dude, like,
can't they make stuff last anymore? No.
Yeah, 2002 was almost 20 years ago. I saw Attack of the Clones in that theater.
Right. So back to Shang-Chi.
Shang-Chi. You know, I thought him changing his name to Sean was, I mean, pretty brilliant. You know?
I mean, it's funny, but I don't know that it hit quite right. You know what I mean? Like, it didn't like hilarious, but I mean, it's funny.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like a natural, like, it's a very, like, Awkwafina gives him shit for it.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
But I mean, like, is it, like, super original? Like, yeah, you have an opportunity to change your name to anything, you know, and you chose Sean. But it's really close.
Yeah. But you would still, like, you would perk up when you hear it, like, because...
Right. You would have that natural, like,
close.
instinct to be like, oh, yeah, that's me.
Unless, because if you change it to Jeff, you know, you're not going to be like, oh.
It's going to take a minute.
It's going to take a while, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you're talking to me. Oh, right.
Right. No, senior year of high school, my English teacher, there was another Ben in the class. Right. And in another class, a year earlier, 2 years earlier, there were 2 other Bens. So one of the other Bens was like, hey, we're going to call you Tito. Because 3 Bens is just, it's too tough.
And it didn't stick.
It did not stick. But...
Yeah. People were like, Tito. And he never perked up.
Well, so then in this English class, I was like, well, let's try Tito out again. And I was like, go ahead and call me Tito, Dr. Stiefvater. And she was like, are you sure? And I was like, yeah, why not? And she would be like, Tito. And I would just be like, looking, taking my notes. Tito.
That's all I need,
Tito. Oh, that's me.
Oh, I'm Tito.
That's me today. For the first hour of the day. Also, like, for the class that starts at 7:40 a.m., that's not my most mentally sharp. That's not the one you want to change
your name for. Yeah.
Right. I gotta be mentally sharp for that one, and I was not. So that put us on a bad foot. The teacher and I did not see eye to eye.
It's so strange that kept happening to you, because Ben is just not a common name.
Dude, there was Ben Basil, Ben Lucas, Ben Swope.
Ben.
What?
Welcome. I said welcome to Ben doxing everyone.
Oh yeah, yeah. Look.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Hey. Yeah. Y Pass people, circa 1999.
Hey, maybe. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe
Ben
that's
Powell. Ben Powell.
Yeah, we
comes
could just
in.
name. We could just name people and then tag them in our posts, and then we'll get more listeners. Hey, we mentioned you on the podcast,
right?
Yeah, Ben Basil.
Yeah.
Basil.
He's a lawyer. I don't know
Basil.
if we want to go.
Basil and Basil. Basil and what goes good with Basil? Basil and curry.
That you're being rude.
And is the improper pronoun. Excuse me.
No, it's improper pronunciation.
Oh, Basil.
Yes.
Basil and curry. Excuse me. Speaking of which, I did have some. I had some. My wife made. The only reason I say that is because my wife made yellow curry with
Nice.
Thai basil, and it's so good.
Oh,
So
that's good.
I don't
Have
know
some
why-
heat. Have some
No,
heat.
the
Make you
Thai
sweat.
basil actually tastes kind of sweeter, and it's delicious, and it doesn't have that like off taste that regular basil has.
Mm.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
If we could just make each other laugh, I think we had a successful podcast. No one's listening anyway. What are we talking about? Chew. Yeah.
Sure.
Clever name change there. And
Yeah.
you know, because we're talking about that. Like, we're talking about having our kid have like a Thai name that sounds like an American name. So, or at least something that an American could say, or an English speaking person. So, like, I think we're coming up with like Mali is one, and it means jasmine over there. So, like,
Dig
stuff
it.
like that. So, I mean, I get it. You know, like you want to blend in. You know,
Right.
you don't want
Yeah.
to be something unpronounceable. You know.
Right.
Yeah. And then two, like your dad's not gonna think, oh, he just changed it to Sean. You know.
Right.
Plus, Sean's pretty common.
Oh,
Are
definitely.
we still talking about his name?
We are. Yeah. So let's talk about some fight scenes, because this movie had some good fight scenes. The on the bus scene, that first one, that was spectacular.
You know what I didn't really buy is that sword arm thing.
Oh,
I
really?
don't know why. I
Yeah.
just didn't. It didn't feel real to me. It just felt so CG. Like,
Yeah.
and I know that's dumb coming from a guy that watches glowing swords, but like it just
Right.
felt like not real. Or also that if he really had that, he would have chopped him up. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, he should have got him. You know, like he's too good to not get him.
If you have, okay, if you have
A sword arm.
a sword arm. If you have a sword arm and the blade is basically like crazy energy, right? Because
Why not?
you know, because it's if it's it's not so much that it's sharp, it's that it's hot, right? So you're telling me how is whatever the casing that's here is generating that much heat?
Right.
Like, I just don't believe that,
I
like,
didn't believe it. Yeah.
you're gonna have a power source.
Right.
Like, you gotta have some batteries.
Right.
You
You gotta
gotta-
have like a backpack.
Exactly. You gotta have like, you got a whole situation going on, and just like this and that's it. Like,
Yeah, I didn't buy it.
nah, man, nah.
Yeah.
You gotta, unless it was built by the Wakandans, because
Because
everything they do is cool. Yeah. So, and plus, like, he's gonna have some like scarring over here, like all that heat that's
Yeah.
here. Like, that's gonna, you're gonna
Well, he
have
probably was scarred when he had his arm cut off.
probably. But I'm just
Right.
saying, like, if you're holding like a
A
lava
welding arc.
a welding arc, then you're gonna have like, there's gonna be, like you got the metal poles there. As he's slicing through, there's gonna be some shards. He's gonna have like,
Yeah, some hot sparks. Yeah. If I had that, I would like have a mask on with glasses, you know.
you gotta have the whole welding
yeah.
kit.
Yeah. The whole kit.
You gotta wear the leather apron.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know who else wears aprons?
Baristas.
Correct. All right, moving right along to
So
Should we talk about as a kid? Like, this was, I guess this set up the whole him versus father story. Like his
Yeah.
mom dies.
A bunch of dudes come in.
Oh, that's right. And he wasn't there. He
Yeah.
was busy. He was
He
off
was picking up some
killing some other
groceries.
people.
No,
Yeah.
he was picking up groceries because he had sworn
Right.
off that vigilante life, or that.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
He was getting.
and he
yeah.
had put the 10 rings away. He was like, "Look, that's not me
and there was
anymore." And
there was a
then-
line at Trader Joe's.
Eh,
Yeah. Talk about pretentious.
I don't know, man. Trader Joe's, their lines are efficient. Like I feel like
they don't need them because there's plenty of room in there.
everybody, you got a staff full of parrot heads, living that Jimmy Buffett Margaritaville life, and they're all
It's,
"I can help you over here."
I've never seen. I don't know if they're that nice. They're more entitled. Like if you ever want to, I would rank it as like the snobbiest grocery store is Trader Joe's.
Yeah.
Then under that would be Whole Foods, and then maybe Kroger, and then whatever else, everything else.
Yeah. I miss
just
Fresh
feel like
Market.
they feel. Oh man, I miss Fresh Market. I think there's one still left, right?
Is
one
there?
left? I think there's one left. Yeah. There's on Brownsboro somewhere. It should be closer to you.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, Fresh Market was great.
Fresh Market on Rudy Lane. Where is that?
Should go there. I think it's kind of
264.
Not too far from
and 42. Yeah.
you should
9
go
miles
there.
away.
Well, you don't have a grocery store nearby, right?
We got the Kroger on Goss, and then the Kroger next to Churchill.
Oh, there's a Kroger.
Kroger's nice now.
Yeah, I just feel like I don't know every time I go to Trader Joe's, I just feel like I'm being talked down to by a grocery store employee, which makes no sense to me. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
why are you talking down to me?
I feel like Trader Joe's is fancy Aldi, which I mean I know that there's some similarities between like one. I think Trader Joe's owns Aldi.
Okay, so we have the best of the frozen food from Aldi at Trader Joe's.
Well, you know how it's just like either Aldi or Trader Joe's is like this is the like Trader Joe branded thing, and I just feel like they're very much like, all right, we bought a whole bunch of stuff in bulk, we put it in our own canisters, and we're selling it to you. So you just have to know what you're looking for a little bit more in Trader Joe's, whereas in Kroger you can just kind of go on autopilot.
Yeah.
And if I'm in a grocery store, I don't want to think too much.
No.
I want to go on autopilot.
I like grocery shopping. I know, like now we can just order it, with the app or whatever. But I don't know. For me, it's like a form of therapy, But in a year or so, they'll probably ban grocery shopping.
I like going to the grocery store, especially when I'm like looking for inspiration on what to make for dinner. If I can go in with like 3 ideas and then either narrow it down based off of what I'm seeing in the grocery store, or come up with a whole other idea. Whereas ordering online, I've only done it once. I did it through the whole Amazon Whole Foods situation.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, it was fine. It was, it was also nice that they would be like, "Hey, we're out of this thing. Would you like to substitute with this cheaper thing?"
Yeah.
And that's nice. And it was nice when they just showed up. But, if all things being equal, I'd like to go.
Yeah, because you're not seeing the things that you don't know you need. Yeah.
Right. Or like, I didn't realize that I could get, that boneless chicken breasts are 99 cents a pound. 99 cents a pound, I'm going to pick up more than I normally would. Or like, we've got, pork shoulder on sale. Well, then we're having pulled pork sometime this week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or, whatever their chicken is on sale, or whatever the already roasted or whatever. Or bagels,
Bagels.
I don't know. What are we talking about?
I don't know, but keep it all in. Keep it all in the podcast. We should start an offshoot podcast called "What'd You Make This Week?" What's for dinner this week? Okay, so here's one of my major thoughts about this movie. A huge criticism of, I would say, the first and most of the second phase of the MCU is that the villains all sucked. You got, you know, what, Malekith, the dark elf from Thor, not a great villain. Didn't really flesh him out. You know what I mean? Right. Who else you got? You got the Mandarin.
Right.
Perfect example. So
now
they latched on to Loki, and he was the only good villain. So I feel like in the last handful of movies, the villains, except for Black Widow, the villain was just kind of meh in that one. But I feel like the villains have really gotten to be way more interesting.
I feel like they built him up. But I mean, they had like 10 movies to do that. So.
Right. And like what he is at the tease of Avengers or in Guardians of the Galaxy, and what he turns into like by Infinity War, you definitely see like they had some time to like really make that interesting. So this villain, the father, is fantastic.
Sean.
No.
I am your father.
Nice. What's his name? Like Wenmu or something like that?
Sifu?
No, that's the actor. That's the actor.
Oh,
that's the actor who plays Sean.
The boss
is his name.
Two guys.
Tony Leung. Tony Leung is the actor's name. Zhu Wenwu.
Zhu Wenwu.
I thought he did a great job as well. You know, like you really see like he's obviously grieving the loss of his wife and doing all the wrong things.
Yeah.
Blames it on the kid, blames it on
himself.
Sends him
to die.
You know, and then is hearing the voices, you know.
The part I don't understand is why he sends his own guys to die at the hands of his son. Like sends that
his
part
own
of
guys
mine
to die at the end of it. What?
When he sent all those guys to get the thing, to get the gem,
to get
the key or whatever it's for. I don't remember. I don't even know if it's a thing. What if it's even important? They sent them like all these ninjas, and they kept throwing them off the cliff or whatever. Like those are his own guys.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I mean, he trained his son to be an assassin, so you know you're gonna lose a few. Not everybody's coming back.
I don't like. To me, like it's like, can you just make a phone call? Be like, hey, I need to get the green thing.
You know, they've got some baggage. They've got some history, and this is obviously a guy who transacts in force. You know, he doesn't seem like the let's calmly talk about this type until he has both of them, and he's like, now I'm gonna show you guys why this is important. We're gonna go get your mom.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what it was. Yeah. He had to open the gate to hell.
No, the two gems were to open the thing that was gonna show.
It's to open the portal or whatever, right? Like the hole in the wall. The thing that all the soul suckers came out of.
Right. No, the gems weren't to open that. The gems were to show the way to Tao Lo or whatever.
Oh, the directions.
Yeah, to figure out how to get to the place.
To Sesame Street.
So then they could then break down the barrier and let all them soul suckers in.
But couldn't he figure out how to get to Ta Lo a different way?
I think he tried.
Almost there before, yeah.
Yeah, I think he tried and he just couldn't get through the forest.
Can we talk about that scene? Like, that bothered me too. Let's talk about that scene with him and his wife.
Mm-hmm. I thought this was a great scene. You know, the fighting was nice. It was really more of a dance.
It was a bit of a dance, but like, okay, these 10 rings are like super powerful, super special, and they can like destroy anything. But then when you go to Ta Lo, they don't work so well because magic.
Well, so she's got the power of the dragon. You know, because the dragon and its power, like, you know. Because like when she leaves and the kid's like, you don't have your power anymore.
That's a convenient. That's convenient.
It's all convenient.
It's
the
all
whole thing
convenient.
is convenient.
Exactly. That's probably what bothered me the most about this film. It's like, it's okay. Well, there's the thing to get the thing, and then here's some things, but these things don't work here because the other thing.
Well, it's not so much that like the rings don't work. It's just that the power of Ta Lo can equal it, the power of the 10 rings. So obviously there's some sort of connection between the 10 rings and Ta Lo, and the soul sucking thing behind that, because
which we'll never know. For some reason.
I'm sure it'll get explored later on down the road,
Maybe, yeah.
Why else would Wong be so interested in it, like...
Another thing that bothered me about the rings.
Okay.
Like, when they're jumping or whatever, and, like, using the rings to bounce, that literally makes no sense. Like, you shoot the rings out of your...
Yeah, it's the force... The force...
It makes no sense.
Propels them up, and then the rings come back.
That's not how... physics work.
Yeah, that's how, like, Iron Man has force coming out of the little pod things.
Yeah, but like they just come off of his arm. Like he's not flying backwards every time he shoots the rings off. You know what I mean?
I think there's some differing in how much you give it like 30%. You give it like you're giving it like 80%.
I think that's what bothered me about the rings. It's like they just kind of did whatever they wanted them to do. Like, okay, here we want the rings to do this, and here we want the rings to do this. Like, it's very convenient. All of it is very convenient.
Right.
Yeah. But it was a beautifully shot scene. I don't want to give it credit for that. Like, it was beautiful, and I was like, oh, that's sweet. And they fell in love.
Yeah.
And what have you.
The sister, she was great. She started her own fight ring. Little fight club.
Yeah, of course she did. Yeah, she didn't inherit any of his stuff and decided to start her own fight club in, where was that?
Macau.
Yeah, and of course she's there to fight her brother and almost kill him.
Yeah, that was fun.
This family's effed.
Yeah, they got some trauma that they just really haven't explored, and they need to sit down and talk.
Yeah,
but they're not a talking family. They're not a talking family.
One therapy session, we could have all this sorted. Like,
I mean, 5. I'd say 5.
Yeah, but one would tone the violence down. I think.
Maybe.
Be like, yeah, just we're just gonna be like, we all kind of want the same thing.
Maybe like 2 individual sessions.
Yeah.
One group. You can probably get it done in 3. Yeah.
Tone the violence down a little.
Yeah, come on,
like,
guys.
y'all shouldn't be fighting each other. You know what I mean?
Look,
but then you wouldn't have.
It's the language they speak. It's the vocabulary they have.
Which is
fighting.
Which is another gripe I have about this. It didn't really tie into. I mean, it did, but it didn't tie into the rest of the Marvel universe, too much. Just a little bit. Like, oh, we just have the magic rings and we have some attitude, and a girl that can shoot an arrow.
Yeah. I thought, if for being an origin story, I feel like they're really kind of going back to the Phase 1 model of, like, tell a good story, introduce this character, and we'll branch it out to the larger stuff that's going on. I thought bringing in Trevor Slattery as a way to he was the guy who played the Mandarin, Ben Kingsley.
Oh, yeah.
Bringing him in was a nice...
See, I missed the part of that film where he comes in. I went to the restroom. So I missed all of that, and I'm sure it was funny. Was it funny?
Yeah, it was funny. He was a fun, yeah. It was basically a way to be like, hey, that whole thing in Iron Man 3, not great. So we're just gonna kind of
this is what we were trying to do, or try to explain it, or whatever.
It's more so just like we goofed. We
should have used this guy instead. Yeah,
we probably should have. Yeah,
see me Fu or whatever. No, the other guy. What's his name?
Oh,
his dad.
Yeah.
We should have used him instead. Excuse us. We misappropriated culture. Apologies.
Yeah. And Ben Kingsley's funny, so that was fun.
He is funny.
Yeah. So yeah, bringing him in was a nice like callback to the rest of the universe. Obviously, having Wong and fighting Abomination, which Abomination, I don't know about this new like. I get it. It's been like 10 years on Abomination.
When was Wong fighting? Was I in the bathroom still? When was Wong?
No. That was as they were walking into the fight club.
Oh, right.
Wong was fighting Abomination inside the ring.
Oh, okay, I see.
From Incredible Hulk.
Incredible Hulk. Wow.
Yeah.
That's a major.
That's a callback.
Reach.
Yeah, he looked
Hey,
like one of them trench fish things from Aquaman.
so why would Wong be there in the first place? He just needs some extra
I
cash.
guess yeah, making a little extra cash, picking up some money.
Just be like, this magic thing's not really working out. I need a side hustle.
Hey, look, everybody's got to have side hustle these
Yeah,
days.
yeah,
You know, we don't have
yeah.
this time stone anymore, so we're just kind of all playing it by ear.
Yeah. But he didn't want to get the mandatory poke, so he was like, I need to get a side hustle going.
Just keep bringing it back to it. Just keep bringing it back. Just cast that net, buddy. Cast that net. Reel that fish in. There you go. Why were the rings orange when they switched over to Sean instead of being blue?
Because
To show that these are the good rings. These rings are being used for good now. It just
I
seemed
guess,
a little
yeah.
like the good guys shoot red lasers and the bad guys shoot blue lasers. It was just like a little too G.I. Joe for me.
yeah.
But I will
it
tell you,
looks cool.
it looked cool. It's a good way
Yeah.
to differentiate. Pull up the shot of the rings with the orange
And
and,
you
the
can
blue.
see which
It's a
one
good
is
shot.
going where. You can see which ring is going where. You know what I mean? Like,
There we
I guess
go. That's a good
yeah.
shot.
yeah, that was fun. That was
Yeah.
fun. Yeah,
I'm also
magic.
glad that they actually pulled out the soul monster. Like, that he actually got free. Because I was worried that it was going to be the ominous thing that we never see, and then just at the end, like, they do this
Yay,
fight, we
yeah.
get a couple of them soul sucker tiny guys, they kill all of them off, and then, the tease at the end is just, like, that thing cracking, and then, we got to wait for the second movie to figure out what's behind there. I was glad that they pulled him out and then busted out the dragon out of the water. I was anticipating them going light on that, and they went all in, and I appreciated that.
I did too. I really enjoyed the part with the dragon, minus the. I don't know why they have to have Aquafina. Was it Aquafina who shot the arrow?
Aquafina.
Aquafina. Like, if that didn't happen, there would be no point for her character in the entire film. Like, except for maybe some comedic relief. You know what I mean? But
Yeah,
like,
I think some comic relief. I think there's also a way to keep, like, it. She kind of plays the part of the audience for a while. Because she's the person who doesn't know what's going on, so she needs things explained to her, as we, the audience, need things explained to us. Whereas, like, Sean, his sister, they already know pretty much what's up. So she represents the audience slash the Greek chorus, if you will. Yeah. So I think she serves a purpose.
yeah, and I think she's funny. I feel like the same people that would have canceled her for the way that she normally talks are also mad at her for changing it to being less the way she normally talks. You know what I'm talking about?
Right. Yeah. No, I think there's some gray areas there that Well, I think it's also just like the idea of like you're playing a part. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
when she's doing her bit, she's also playing a part. You know,
Right.
what I mean? I think it's just like a life
And where her
experience type
family,
of thing.
yeah, and her family, yeah.
Right,
I mean, it
like-
made sense to me. I didn't have any issue with
Yeah.
it, but it's just funny that the same people who would probably complain about her talking the way she normally would are also upset about her talking this way. So
Well, I mean, I've definitely I've seen complaints for her
her other thing,
her black scent basically
right?
in her earlier work. I've definitely seen like where she's gotten some guff for that.
But isn't
And-
that how she talks? Like, isn't that like her main way of talking, or is
I-
it just like a funny thing?
I don't know. I mean, one, I don't know the person. Two, it's like I haven't watched Nora from Queens. I haven't watched that show. I've really only seen her in like the Ocean's 8 and then the Crazy Rich Asians and this. That's probably the extent of me seeing her work.
My opinion is do whatever. Like, if it's funny, it's funny. Talk however you want. But like, obviously for the character, this probably made more sense. So yeah, like there shouldn't be any limits to comedy. And if the joke's not funny, then you just crash and burn. You know what I mean? Like,
I think there needs to be care and attention to who is the butt of the joke. I think that's something that should be taken into consideration.
I don't know about it.
I mean, if I did a stand-up set that was 30 minutes of making jokes at disabled people, that wouldn't be great.
It might be hilarious though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but that's that as like
You might have found the one group of people you can make fun of right now. You know what I mean? It might be hilarious. Like, they get all the good parking spots.
I'm not engaging with this.
You're laughing.
I'm not engaging with this. I'm laughing at how ridiculous you are.
The joke. You see what I'm saying? No limit. There should be no limit. That's my point. That is my point.
There are limits.
There are no limits.
I think making fun of people for, things that they can't change is not great.
Hilarious.
Nope.
Oh, sorry.
Nope. Not great.
That's what I'm saying. Nothing should be off the table, though. Like, you should be allowed to make the joke. And then, if you crash and burn, you crash and burn. You know what I mean?
Right. I mean, there's something to be said for, like, if you make jokes in bad taste, it probably isn't going to go over well. But it also depends on, like, who your audience is. If you do it and it sounds like all you're doing is making fun of people, then that's not going to fly. So it depends on like who your audience is and how you manufacture the conversation or the story.
Yeah, right. I don't know. It's delicate for sure.
Definitely.
But so, I think it has the potential to be hilarious.
Right. I mean, everything has the potential to be hilarious, but it's like again, you got to put care into how you manufacture it.
Yeah.
You gotta. If you just go up willy nilly and just start,
right,
talking about different races and ethnicities and their tendencies, looking for jokes, that's probably not going to fly well.
It has the potential to fail, but it also, like, I don't know, but I just feel like that's what brings people together in a way. Like, people make fun of white people all the time. Like, why are they so allowed to do that? And if it's true, then it's funny. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think there's a lot of dynamics there.
A lot of dynamics going on.
A lot of dynamics there.
Complex.
Yes, it's a complex equation.
Yeah. Okay. How does Bill Burr do it? That's what I want to know.
Man, I mean, that dude's a magician.
Yeah, he's dodging bullets. Neo.
All right, Shang-Chi. What else we got?
So we got rings. Did we skip anything?
Go back to the dragon in the water shot, because I just, like, from a cinematography standpoint, like, him just kind of floating in the water, I was like, okay, he's going to do the float in the water, then he kind of wakes up. And then,
yeah, that's what I thought was going to happen.
And then we're just going to, and then all of a sudden he opens his eyes, and there's a gigantic dragon down there.
And he made the decision to not go up. He just, like, look at the dragon. Like, well,
yeah,
I'm going to die
I'm going to take a minute. I'm going to be with this dragon for a second.
What a way to go out, yeah.
Right?
And then, the dragon pulls him out?
I think, he comes out riding the dragon, so it seems like a symbiotic kind of relationship there.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, ride the dragon. That's right. More symbolism, too. Yeah.
It's a little, made me wonder, like, Avatar, that whole, like, they, like, tie in to the braid, and then they're, like, sharing consciousnesses. I don't think it was like totally that, but
well, I get so the dragon being underwater, being at the bottom, and then coming up, rising. Like, I mean, there's some symbolism there, but yeah, I really enjoy that dragon. The only thing that bothered me is, like, he didn't have wings, but he's still flying, and I feel like we've seen a lot of dragons with wings,
right?
So from that perspective,
on board with all of the dragon symbols that we had seen up until that point, like, so
yeah, I didn't hate it. I was just like, they could have just had one that flies with wings, know, but I did actually like the way it looked. So I was kind of torn. Just all these little pieces of things just kind of, like, it took me out of the movie for a second, then I hopped back in. It's like, it's fine. That's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. So and then we'll talk about this in thing here, and then we'll do our overall movie review.
Yeah.
Score.
So the end credit scene is Wong coming in to the dinery place, pulling them out, them looking at the rings, and they got Banner and Captain Marvel, and all three of them are like, we don't know where this comes from. Interesting.
Oh, the rings, right.
The rings.
Right.
Also,
and
Banner is in human form, not in Smart Hulk form.
And also, come on along, Awkwafina. You're invited too.
Hey, you're here. Yeah,
my
you're
wife
part of
was
this.
like, why is she going along with this? Like, it didn't make sense to her.
She was part of the adventure. She's part of the team now. She's part of the team.
She learned how to shoot an arrow, and so now
That's
she's
right.
in.
Yep.
That's it. You can be in Hawkeye.
Yep. Did you watch that Hawkeye trailer?
No, there's a Hawkeye trailer.
There's a Hawkeye trailer. It's nice. It's
I should
nice.
probably watch that.
Yeah. It's it looks like it's gonna be fun.
It's a show, right?
Yeah.
Hawk trailer. Two guys. This is it.
Yep.
Official trailer. It's 2 minutes long.
Yeah.
Here, I'll watch it in 2x. You can't hear this, can you?
No.
Oh, he's Ronin. Okay. So the Hawkeye trailer.
Yeah.
What? Should we do that real quick?
Sure, why not? Well,
I don't
you know what?
know.
Let's finish this. Let's finish
Let's
this.
finish this.
And then we'll
Okay.
talk about the Hawkeye trailer. One.
3 guys.
3.
Aquafina, you're part of the team.
You're part of the team.
Why not?
Banner's not smart Hulk anymore, but his arm is
Because-
still jacked up.
Well, CGI is expensive.
Okay, yes, but there's
Yeah,
probably
he
like
probably
I wonder
has
what the
control over it.
justification.
Yeah, he has.
I don't know.
control
It
over
seemed like he didn't have control over it, and it seemed like it like in
Maybe. Oh, you know what it is? She-Hulk. That's coming.
oh maybe that gets explained. Also,
Yeah.
his arm is still jacked up, and it feels like it's been a while. You know, if
Right.
Captain Marvel's hair has grown out that much, we're probably
Mm-hmm.
talking like little less than a year at least. It's been a year. His arm's still in a sling. You know,
Yeah, that's not.
so we got some
Well, you know.
repercussions.
Infinity Stones and everything.
Right,
Yeah.
right. Yeah. And then we get the end credits where the sister has taken over the Ten Rings. She did not dismantle it like her brother thought.
Oh, right. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And,
that sets up a potential sequel, I guess.
Right? I'm hoping
something.
that she lives in like a more like that she's not like a main villain. I would like her to just be like a moral ambiguous like
Right. Yeah. I just run
anti-hero
a few.
type.
Yeah, I run some boxing rings and casinos or whatever.
Exactly. Like, did we steal some arms? Of course we did, but we didn't do anything with them. You know,
Right. We just sold them to the Russians.
you know, it's like the Guardians of the Galaxy. You know, a little good, a little bad,
Yeah.
mix of both.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We're just trying to get a paycheck.
that's my hope. What are we doing?
All right. It's fine.
So, Hawkeye trailer. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, you know, at the beginning it kind of reminded me a lot of the Daredevil kind of look, and then it sort of blended more with the Marvel film. So I feel like it's kind of got sort of that going on.
That
Sort
like
of a
street
blend
level
of-
vibe.
Yeah, some street vibe, but like a little bit higher production value than
Right. Yeah.
Netflix. That's really all I got. Like, okay, I'll watch it. You know,
Yeah.
guys shooting arrows, that's fun.
Yeah.
You know,
Haley
and
Steinfeld looks like she's excited to be there. Love that. Give Hawkeye an opportunity to do some stuff. You know, it's the only Avenger without a solo thing, so way to go.
I mean, he doesn't really have any powers. It's like him and Black Widow. I don't know why they even got solo things, or the timing of them seems strange.
They're part of the team.
Hey, yeah,
They're part of the team, you know?
and he looks great in that Ronin outfit. I think it's cool. You know,
Oh
the
yeah.
Ronin thing.
Yeah.
Looking forward to that. That's all I got. I don't know. This movie on a scale of 1 to 5.
1 to 5? I'd give it a 4. I thought it was a 4.
Yeah, on a scale of 1 to 10, I definitely give it like a 7.5.
Yeah, I think 7.5. That sounds great.
Yeah.
Yeah, if we're talking origin story, sorry, I'm looking back at the DVDs here just to get a sense.
Yeah.
So, I don't think it's better than Iron Man 1. I would put
Captain
it.
America, no.
Captain America is kind of, yeah.
No, it's as higher. Captain America's better, right? Yeah, for sure.
I think Captain America is a little better, yeah. I think it's probably better than Thor 1.
It's a strange guy to bring in. You know what I mean? Like, and they say that the rings give you eternal life, and then how did his dad die? He didn't have the ring.
He took the
What
rings
happened?
off. Yeah, he gave the rings to his son.
See, why didn't he just keep him on so he didn't die when the dragon ate him? That would have made more sense.
Because, man, the ultimate sacrifice. Like,
Because
we needed
movie.
because we needed to show that he had growth as a person. And he
but he
realized
could have just
he
not
realized he
died
screwed
and
up.
killed the dragon himself.
Maybe he was like, it's too late. He did a little cost benefit analysis real quick. Was like, I don't think I can win this one, but my son has a chance to win this one. Maybe he's better than me. I screwed up, so I'm gonna give him the ring so that he has the ultimate chance.
I mean, this
to
seems like a totally unnecessary death. If the rings really prevent you from dying, he could have just been like wrote it out and been like whatever, come out of his stomach, you know.
Yeah, I don't know.
More little nitpicks. Yeah, maybe I give it a 7. I'm gonna give it a 7.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can give it 7.5, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would put it in the same realm as Doctor Strange. First Doctor Strange. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was good.
Doctor Strange was great. Yeah.
That shit was good.
It stood up.
Yeah. I'd put it in the middle of the pack. Of the entirety of the MCU, I put it in the middle of the pack.
Right in the middle. And it's cool we'll see more, I guess. Shang Chie.
Yeah.
It's all about those rings. All about the rings.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That we don't know what they do or where they come from. Maybe we'll learn all that stuff in the future.
We see kind of what they do. They sling around.
They do whatever you want them to do.
They help you jump real high.
Yeah. Whatever you need.
You can shoot them at people. You can shoot them at people. They'll come right back. So it's a projectile weapon. It's a propellant. And it's a whip.
And a lamp. Yeah.
A lamp?
Yeah, if it's dark, you need to see.
That's
turn
true.
the glow on. Yeah, just
give a little orange. If they're blue, I don't know.
I'm sure there's blue nightlights.
Blue hue.
Yeah, why not? It's the future.
Well, if it's like, you wake up in the middle of the night to pee, you're not trying to glow a whole bunch of orange because, you're going to wake people up.
Well, orange is okay. Well,
but if you do the blue, and then you're like, okay, it's a cooler tone. Maybe it's not gonna. Yeah.
Yeah. Technically, blue light's worse for you though at night.
Really?
Yeah, because it triggers your what is that thing that happens? The circadian
rhythms.
Circadian rhythm. Yeah, it triggers like the morning part of your circadian rhythm.
Interesting.
That's why there's the blue light filter on the phone. That's why you should turn that on at night. You're getting rid of the blue light.
Interesting.
Yeah. So like you start spiking those hormones and then you can't sleep.
See, I would think the orange recreating the sun coming up light would be.
Well, the sun is actually blue light. That's what's weird. I know when we were kids, the sun was orange, but I don't know what. Right. Now it's blue. I don't know. Who knows?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah. Whatever parallel universe we're in right now, which version of the Matrix we're in, the sun is blue.
Dude's got a nightlight. He's got a nightlight on his arms, okay?
He can choose what color he wants.
Can he choose some color? If he can, then that'll be pretty interesting.
Yeah.
It reminds me of the second season of Iron Fist, if you watched that one.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Where...
I don't think I finished it.
Because his glowy arm was like that orange, but then when the dude stole the tattoo from him, his arm was red. His former best friend. And then at the very end, when Colleen Wing, when she has the tattoo and she becomes the Iron Fist, she has like a white light coming from her and the sword. Either way, the man's got a glow light, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, he does have an extra light to light his way in the dark so that he can see.
He's basically Green Lantern.
Sure.
On that note...
I don't know what this was, but stay tuned. Come back next week where we'll review Superman Returns.
What's that? Superman Returns? Superman Returns starring Brandon Routh.
What are we doing? What are we doing next week?
Visions starts relatively soon.
Oh, okay.
Star Wars Visions is out on the 22nd, I think.
Where is it? This month?
I think so.
Okay, so stay tuned for Star Wars Visions.
Star Wars Visions. We're gonna talk about that.
Yeah, so that should be this week, right?
Metallica's Black Album. We're going to go in depth on Metallica's Black Album.
Yeah. I might actually release that.
Who knows?
Yeah. I don't know.
If you want to hear our episode about the Metallica's Black Album, send an email to Jacob at isthisentertainment.com.
Right. Yeah. Oh, I need to renew the website. It's been a year. Got to renew it.
Wow. Yeah, has it really?
Yeah. Does anybody need a microphone? Speaking of which,
you want to start your own podcast?
Do you want to start your own podcast? Do you want your voice to sound as smooth as this?
$550 laying around.
a spare half a G.
Do you have a spare half G? Then would you like to
microphone from me?
Record audio? Do you want to belt your voice into a microphone.
Seriously, though, if on the off chance that you're listening and you need a microphone, this is a Rode NT2000 for sale. Just contact me.
It's fancy, yo.
It's pretty nice. It has adjustable polar patterns, so you can get like a wider or narrower thing going on, and that's why I sound so good.
Yeah, you sound a lot better than I do.
Well, you're sounding pretty good here recently. When you get close to the mic, it sounds great.
Yeah? Okay.
Yeah.
I'll stay closer to the mic.
Yeah.
I'll do that. Yeah.
What else?
I think we got it. Thanks everybody for listening. And subscribe.
Thank you for listening this far.
Give us a check mark if you're watching on the YouTube.
Will somebody leave a freaking comment? Leave a comment.
Sure, why not?
And
look, if you don't want to, don't do it. It's okay.
Yeah, but don't really leave a comment.
You don't have to.
We might make a song out of it. So.
Oh right. Yeah, leave a comment and we'll make a song. It'll be our new jingle
for one episode.
One episode. Unless it's like hella racist, then we won't do it.
All right. And on that note, bye.
Bye.